Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today is Friday and it is really bright right here in this lighting. I apologize, but welcome to my channel. If you've never been to my channel before, I'm super excited you're here. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe so you never miss another video notification. So today / this weekend, I'm gonna be vlogging for you guys, just showing you random stuff that's going on in my life. This video doesn't really have a direct topic besides the fact that it's a question and answer video. So I'm gonna answer questions throughout the video for you guys just because I haven't done one in a while. I had said I was going to do one towards the end of the semester last December and it literally got deleted off my camera. It was super weird and annoying. So yeah, here's the Q&A, here's some vlogging, welcome to my life. Okay, so I need to go to the post office and pick up some envelopes to send my clothes in because if you didn't see my last video, I listed a ton of stuff on Poshmark and sold it to a lot of you. So I need to go pick up some envelopes and get some labels printed, but I don't think I'm gonna get the labels printed today, but I'm gonna go get some envelopes and I think that's all I'm gonna do in town. I was supposed to go to Des Moines this weekend, but it's supposed to be freezing rain tomorrow, so we're not going there. We're not going there and doing that. So we're just gonna do some stuff at the house this weekend because today is my day off. I work all next week. I worked all this last week and Sam starts work on Monday too. So I'm kind of just gonna take the weekend to do stuff. I've been doing laundry, so I have my stuff and I need to switch out the laundry. You know when you do laundry and your stuff in the dryer isn't dry yet, so you have to keep that going, but then you have soaking wet clothes in here? Great.
All night long, yeah. We dance with our razor tongues and all day long, yeah. We reset under burning.
Do you get nervous, anxious before a nursing shift? Yes, every single shift. I'm extremely nervous walking in. Obviously because I haven't been a nurse very long, I don't know a whole lot of what I'm doing yet, but I'm getting into the flow and it gets better each time. It gets more comfortable and I'm told that it gets better and better and better. So yes, I do. I get very anxious and nervous just because, again, I don't think I'm ever gonna lose that feeling. My cousin actually, we were talking the other day and she's like, I just asked, you know, what's the point you feel comfortable as a nurse? And she said, you know, I'm still not comfortable, but like, she is, but she's not, you know what I mean? She said that when you get comfortable, that's when mistakes happen, so you should never be fully comfortable. It just gets easier, if that makes sense. House tour, I gave an empty house tour, a full house tour. Well, I'm gonna be honest, it probably won't happen for a while just because like I just started working my real job and you know, it's gonna take time for me to make this house look the way that I want it to look before I'm able to like want to show a full house tour, so that'll take some time. Do you have ticklish feet? Yes, I do. Do not touch my feet. I will kick you in the face. That's my level of ticklishness. Dream unit floor job as a nurse, NICU. I will end up there someday. It's my dream job. If you don't know what the NICU is, it's the neonatal intensive care unit. It's babies who are premature, have lots going on, so that is where I hope to work one day. Any plans to get married? You and Sam are the cutest. We get asked this a lot. Yes, we hope to get married one day. It's not going to be anytime soon though. How did you know nursing was the one? I've known pretty much my whole life, honestly, that I was gonna do something in healthcare. I don't think I really actually knew nursing was the real deal until I had an experience with my mom having meningitis. I could talk a little bit more about that. That could be like its own video, I swear. I'm on my knees, so literally like this kills my knees. My mom had bacterial meningitis when I was around, I wanna say 13, and I watched the whole experience, the whole ambulance, everything like that. So like I got to see my mom being taken away in an ambulance and you know, going through that and walking through the hospital, and she had to get an epidural and all this different stuff. And I just knew, like watching those nurses take care of my mom and that whole experience, I just knew I wanted to do that someday. I wanted to be that person who was there for that little girl who was terrified out of her mind, and that was me, and I wanted to do that someday. So that was my like big breaking moment, but I feel like I just always knew it was gonna be something with healthcare. I know you want to eventually end up in the NICU, but would you consider PA or NP? Absolutely, I completely plan to go forward. I kind of go back and forth with it. If you watch my videos, I'm kind of a little bit back and forth, but yes, I definitely would like to go back to school and further my education. I just don't know when. I don't have like a set time period. I've talked about like maybe 2 years and then looking into it, but I'm not like, there's no set dates, there's nothing. I'm just kind of going with life and gonna learn everything I possibly can in this next coming year. That's kind of my goal right now, but yes, I definitely would consider NP, and it would definitely be something where I feel like it would be like focused in peds in some sort of way. I honestly don't know. I could change my mind tomorrow, so we'll see. I'm going to stand up and take you guys with me because I need to go to the post office and get off my butt. I need socks. We're gonna get socks. If you weren't a nurse, what would you do? If I was not a nurse, by the way, this is all the stuff that's going away. There's more of it. P.S. These are my favorite candles. I don't know if I mentioned that in every video, but they are. They're my favorite. I'll make sure to blow this out before I leave, guys, promise. If you weren't a nurse, what would you do? If I was not a nurse, I don't know what I would do. I think I've talked about the time when I was pretty convinced by my father that I should be a lawyer, attorney, whatever. Like, I feel like in a different life, that would have been something I really would have considered just because it's interesting to me. And I mean, I don't know, something else I've considered. Where did you get the necklace you wear all the time? I get this question a lot as well. This is Bip and Bop. I'm actually supposed to be doing a giveaway with them, and I get asked all the time what mine says, and it's backwards, so you're not gonna be able to see it like that, but mine says Evolve. I don't know if you can see that. And then this is H for my name. So the reason I chose Evolve is because I'm constantly evolving in life. I'm always working towards something else, doing something else. So that's why I absolutely love that word. And then H, obviously, for my initials. So I also have, I could put this in the description box because I get this question all the time, but that is where I got the necklace. Any planned vacations coming up for you? I kind of answered this with the traveling, but we are going to Lake Rathbun in June. It's kind of like a family tradition we do. We all go out there, get drunk, eat for like 3-4 days. That's fun, and I'm gonna have a kayak by then, so I'm pretty stoked about that. A dream vacation for me is like going somewhere paradisey, which is gonna happen later this year, but not anytime soon. So we're just gonna do that all summer, like get kayaks, and we're just gonna float and drink and eat, because that's what makes me the happiest, so we're chill. How many patients are you assigned typically in a shift? On days you get 4, on nights you get 5, just because it's lower like census wise, like there's not a million things going on at night, so obviously you get another patient, but everybody helps everybody on my floor, so that's that. Did you only apply to one hospital or did you apply to more? I applied to several, just because when I say this, I'm saying, listen to what I'm saying. I applied to hospitals in Chicago before I knew we weren't moving, but here in Iowa, just one interview, that's all I have. Do you ever see yourself being a trauma nurse? What are your opinions on that? I would love to be a trauma nurse. That is something, I'm very open to the nursing jobs that are out there. There's a few I don't want, but I'm really open to something like that, so I don't see myself staying in one spot very long. I feel like 2 to 3 years max for me, and then I wanna try something else, because there's so many different things you can do in the nursing field. This is an interesting question. How often do you and Sam get into arguments, and what are they usually about? Well, I could give you about 5 scenarios right now about what we argue about, but they're really stupid. So we're very different in the sense that I am a super clean person and he is not. I get pissed off when I come home and there's shit all over the counter, or dirty clothes are laying on the floor, like just dumb basic stuff. So I wouldn't really call it arguments. It's more like, why are you lazy? Like, pick your shit up kind of thing. That's kind of what we argue about. Other than that, we argue about like scheduling things. Like, he's not great with like remembering dates for things. So like an example right now is like his family wants to get together and he said we could do it on this day, but we can't. We had something else going on. So just dumb stuff. Like, that's really all we argue about. Like, we don't have a jealous relationship in any sort of way. We are like surpassed that. I dealt with it in my past, so I have like a 0 tolerance policy for it, and Sam and I have worked together really great on that. We both feel the same way, so our arguments are so stupid. And I would say probably every day we bicker at each other about something, but probably an argument, I don't know, a couple times a month maybe. If that, I don't know. We get along for the most part. Do you rent the house you live in? Yes, we do. We rent. What editing software do you use for your videos? I use iMovie. I have for 4 years now. I don't have, what's it called? Final Cut? I don't have that yet, but I do have to buy a new computer. Did I tell you guys this? I'm gonna show you this. So my kitchen's kind of clean. Sam's laptop that I've been using, my laptop is broken, and it's like the most depressing thing ever, because I don't wanna buy a $1,600 laptop, because that's what it would be for me. It's broken, like it's done. It's toast, it's done, it sucks, like it's super depressing. So over to Sam, thanks babe, he's been letting me use his to do work stuff. But I have used iMovie for 4 years now, 4 or 5 years now, works fine. Like, you can make your videos, I mean, I don't know, I think my videos are decent quality. You don't need to have the best of the best to do this. You really just need to be able to cut and, you know, trim your videos up to make them look good, and you can add in stuff, and there's tons of YouTube videos out there showing you how to work with iMovie and do cool stuff, so I love it. I know it was a while for you, but tips to get over a breakup. Love you and Sam. Love you and Sam. Breakup tips. My breakups, I've had several. Getting over it, honestly, you just move forward. I mean, I've had like enough to know that sitting there thinking about it isn't gonna help you. I feel like if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. That's always been kind of my thought, and that's how I've taken every single breakup is, you know, if this is meant to happen, it's meant to happen. And if we're meant to be together, we'll be together, we'll find our way back to each other. So just moving forward and not dwelling on the past is honestly the best advice I can give. I don't think that everybody handles it the same way, so that's also something to recognize, is that you feeling the emotions you're feeling, like allow yourself to feel that, but don't allow yourself to sit and be in self-pity forever, you know? Like I always, when I had a breakup, like when I first got my heart broken, I remember my mom saying to me, like, you can be upset and sad about this for like a couple days, like a week max, and then you gotta pick yourself together and toughen the fuck up, essentially. Like, life goes on, shit happens all the time, you know, people die every day, people get heartbroken every day, people have affairs every day, people cheat every day, people, you know, lose their lives every day. Like, it just, shit happens, and, you know, how we react to it is what's important. So letting yourself feel the feelings and just move forward, that's honestly the best advice I have. I'm sorry, that's not the greatest advice, but how do you stay fit, healthy without restricting? Because I literally don't restrict anything, I'm able to stay balanced and healthy. This is the thing that people don't understand, is that you don't, like, people like to say, I'm gonna eat good, and I get into this too. Like, I will kind of think in this mindset, but at the same time I don't. People will be like, I'm gonna eat healthy for 5 days out of the week, and then the weekend I'm gonna go insane. You can do that to an extent, but like, if you're not allowing yourself to, like, if you want pizza during the week and then you like don't allow yourself to, and then it's the weekend, you're going to eat more than you probably would have if you would have just allowed yourself to eat it. So I'd say the reason that I stay healthy is because I'm a very balanced, intuitive eater. I eat what I want when I want, and that leads me to not binge, that leads me to not overeat, that leads me to eat when I'm full, and, you know, eat till I'm full and eat when I'm hungry. Like, it's really, really not a hard concept. I know it can be difficult if you're moving away from dieting, or you just have had like an eating disorder in the past. I am a victim of that. I was there. It took me a long time to get back to normal eating, but just being balanced, you know, eat what you want when you want. And I promise things are just like, you look at things in a different light. You're like, I can eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for lunch and not be mad about, you know, carbs and fat. Like, all foods are acceptable. You just have to balance it. Like, that's all there is to it. Like, beer and pizza is just as good as cauliflower and water, you know, like, balance. And exercise, of course. Like, I try to get to the gym 3 to 4 times a week, and that works for me. It's different for everybody, but that's the kind of lifestyle I like. I like it being sustainable and being able to hold on to that for years to come. So I'd say that's why. So I have no idea what this outfit's gonna look like, but I'm gonna put on my shoes. These are from Target. These jeans are from TJ Maxx, actually. But I'm gonna go to the post office, so I'm gonna bring you guys with me, and we're gonna go see if we can find some packages that I can package up all my Poshmark stuff and get that stuff sent out tomorrow. I was also looking, because I don't have a printer, I have to go to, what's the store called? Copyworks to print everything. So I was like looking on Amazon for cheap printer ink, because I hate buying ink. It's like $45, $50, and I don't like that. That's not my thing. So I was also working on that, but let's go get envelopes. I'm just the biggest fan of ripped jeans. Like, look at that hole. My grandpa would be like, what the hell? But I love it. Woo! Oh, take it from me. Got my envelopes. I took more than I was supposed to. Oops. So I have these. I have a couple boxes for shoeies. And then I have my shipping labels. 13 of them. Pretty excited. Okay. So that's that. I'm going to have a cookie because it's Friday and I want a cookie. I try not to take the ones that are on the outside because then it messes it up. Cookie. All right, I'm gonna take all my stuff upstairs and try and package up some of this. Do I have my phone? I don't even have my phone. I can't even answer these questions without my phone. Okay, now I have my phone. I got a question that I'm just remembering right now. It said, what curler do you use? I have several curling irons actually, and I will show them to you right now. Hi! Okay, so these are my curling irons. These aren't the ones I'm using right now, but I do love these. This is a 1.5 inch barrel from Lange. I think that's how you say that. I really, really like that one. This one's really, really good, like big wavy curls. This is the curling iron that I used for literally 5 years of my life. It is an Enzo Milano. I don't know if you guys can see that down there. Super, super great. These are my 2 clipless ones. And then okay, I kind of thought this was going to be more vloggy. I'm trying to throw in different stuff so it's not just me sitting down staring at you guys, but I have a lot of questions and I want to answer as many as I can, so here we go. What unit does Sam want to work on? Sam is working on a neurosurgical unit. How did you plan your study time in nursing school? It honestly just depended on the exams I had, what was going on that week. Was I working? Did I have a bunch of exams like coming up? Like was there several at once? I just really had to think about what was going on, and I prioritized it by acuity. So if it was like a high needed to like if I needed to do really, really well, I prioritized that and did that first. Honestly, like that's how I did it. I just prioritized by what needed to get done first. Advice for beating precepting nerves. Girl, it's so hard because it's so scary. Like you get to be in there, you get to be the nurse, like you're doing all of these different things. It can be really, really scary. I just had a great preceptor, and I think that has like a major factor to do with like being able to calm those nerves, is being able to work with somebody who makes you feel like it's okay to ask questions, it's okay to learn, it's okay that you don't know everything. Like making sure that you're openly communicating with your preceptor about the things that you don't know can really help you ease your nerves, because they should know, if they're a good preceptor, that you are a student, you don't know everything, you know, you're not going to be perfect. Like they should know that. So like being able to openly tell them like, hey, I'm really nervous about this, it should help ease your nerves a little bit. How long are you orienting on your unit, and do you have to float to other units? Yes, of course I have to float to other units once I am fully oriented and I believe on the job. I don't know how long I have to be working on the unit, but they're not going to like get done with orientation and like make me float. I feel like it needs to be, I think it's like maybe a month or 2. I don't know. I really don't know the exact date, but I am off orientation in the end of March. And reason being is, I know that sounds short, but my unit is really general, so there's like a million different things we get. So there's not really going to be a time when I'm going to be fully like, obviously in any unit, this goes for any unit too, like you're never going to be fully like ready, I guess. They're kind of just going to like throw you out there, but my unit is like everybody helps everybody. So, and I will be starting on nights, so I am starting by myself at the end of March. So that's when I'm done orienting. Team Link or Team DeLuca? Team frickin' DeLuca. All the way. He is a dad. He is a straight daddy. And if you don't know what a daddy is, girl. How did you end up liking that espresso machine? I was thinking about purchasing one. I don't actually have an espresso machine. That was from my mom. I know when I put it up there, I didn't even clarify that because I had a couple friends that messaged me and they're like, oh my God, we love ours. And I'm like, I wish it was mine. It's not. I got it from my mom. My brothers and I all collaborated together. It was a $600 machine, so it was super expensive. But when you when you split that between your siblings, it makes it really, really nice to get a gift for your family member if you would like to, or if you like had 4, or like that's the reason we bought it, and that was like what made it like, what's the word I'm looking for, like not sustainable, like doable for a Christmas gift. But I absolutely love it. When I go home, I always need an espresso drink. I do know that my mom doesn't use it every morning before work because it does take a little bit of time, but she uses it every afternoon and absolutely loves it. Highly recommend. Did you always work part-time throughout college? I worked my entire college career. I've worked since I was 14 years old, so yes, always worked. What do you order from Chick-fil-A? Oh my gosh, I get this question all the time. I order either a spicy chicken sandwich, number 2, meal. I need the waffle fries, and you have to get sea salt to pour on the fries because they're never salted enough. And on my Chick-fil-A spicy sandwich, it obviously comes with the pickles, and then I add mayo, and I add ketchup, the little mayo packet and the little ketchup packet, and then I need to get Chick-fil-A sauce for the waffle fries and the chicken sandwich. That's literally what I get like almost all the time. Or if I'm trying to be a little bit more health conscious, I get the naked nuggets, and those are really super awesome. Super, super good. I think that's like number 12 or something, but those are my orders that I get. And their diet lemonade is to die for, honestly. It's so flipping good. How do you edit your Instagram pictures? I edit my Instagram pictures in Lightroom. I do have a few presets. I'll list the presets right here, or I'll write it somewhere, I don't know, but I do have a few presets, but like I've gotten used to the fact that I don't need a preset on every picture. A lot of times I've just learned with editing pictures for so long how to edit in Lightroom. It all has to do with your saturation, your exposure. Your exposure is how bright a picture is. I could do a whole nother thing on this, but like it all has to do with learning how to edit. And there's tons of videos out there that I kind of taught myself, but I also do use presets. But I will say, when you ask me what my presets are, it's not like I put the preset on the picture and it looks that good immediately. Like it takes editing, like you have to move stuff around. Every picture's not gonna look great. So that's why I'm not always like, here's what I use, because you have to edit a picture no matter what, in my opinion, for my pictures I have. What schedule will you be working at your new job? BTW, love you. Thank you. XOXO, love you too. I'm rotating, so I will be like 3 weeks on days, 3 weeks on nights, if that makes sense. That laundry is not cute. I'm really sorry about that, but I will be rotating. What is your #1 relationship advice? My #1 piece of advice is, I don't even think I could pick one. Probably my biggest one, and that is like the #1 thing between me and Sam, is be your own individual person. Do not base your life around another person. Make sure that throughout your relationship, and I know when you become married that you're like 2 to 1, but like still be an individual, still have your own hobbies, still have your own life, have your own friends. Like you don't need to do every single thing together. You don't need to always ask the other person to like come with you to do things. Like be independent, be your own person always, because you never know what can happen and you want to always protect yourself and your heart. And that's probably my biggest piece of advice, is be your own person, but be like better together. Like each have your own thing, but like come together and like be strong together. Does that make sense? It probably doesn't, but that's something Sam and I are really passionate about, is, you know, I have my things, he has his things, and we just come together and we're better than ever. So, and don't be jealous. Don't be jealous. Oh my God, I could go on for hours. What did you do to relax the day before NCLEX? Before NCLEX, I went home to see my mom. I saw my mom at work, and then I came home and Sam and I got Mexican food, which is the most perfect thing ever. I had 2 beers, and that was my relaxing. And it didn't help because I was a shit show that day, if you've watched my NCLEX video. What advice would you give to nursing students who tried nursing school and want to go back? Do it. Go. Just do it. Hardest thing about being a new nurse? There's like a lot of that question. I'd say the hardest thing is just being so uncomfortable all the time. I mean, I don't have a flow yet. And I think that experienced nurses can like resonate with me, that it takes a while to get there, and I am completely aware of that. I don't know everything. I'm not an expert on anything. Like obviously at this point I would say I know a lot about nursing school, but like now it's the point where I'm putting everything into practice, which can be really, really hard. It's an adjustment, it's a change, it's different, it's hard. Like it's really, really hard. Like it's not even like one specific thing. It's just like everything you've learned, now you're just practicing it, and it's hard because there's so many things you have to know, to document, to do, to remember, like how to do things. It's all really, really hard. It's great, it's good, it's a good feeling, but it's just difficult. It's uncomfortable is what I would say. That's the hardest thing, is how uncomfortable I am. Did you ever have a backup plan if nursing school didn't work out? Love you. Thank you. I did not. Honestly, like I didn't have a backup plan because failing wasn't an option for me, and that's kind of my mindset always, is if I want something, I'm going to get it no matter what. Like if I want to buy a king size bed, which I do, I'm going to get it point blank. Like I can't just shell out that money right now for it, but like that's my motto, and that's how I looked at nursing school, was as if I failed, and if I kept failing, I was going to fail until I didn't. Does that make sense? I didn't have a backup plan. Favorite brand of leggings is Lululemon, but I haven't bought Lululemons in probably 3 years. I still have my Lulus from 4 years ago. Those are definitely my favorite leggings, but I also like these. I'm going to write it right here, the brand that I got off Amazon, and I'll put a link in the description box. They're like $25. My mom got them for me, and she has like 3 pairs. They have different colors. They're so good, you guys. Oh, I think it's called 90 Degrees. It's on Amazon. They're super, super great. I really highly recommend them. Yeah. That's another brand that I really, really like. I wear those a lot. Are you enjoying not studying, having more free time? Yes, I am. Like, I worked all week and it was so, like, it's, okay, everybody's gonna be like, welcome to real world. I'm like, I know, thank you, I get it. I didn't do shit for 2 months, but that was like my break from school. But then like getting right into working like almost 40-hour weeks has been like a difficult adjustment. But when you're done, you know? Like I'm sitting here talking to you guys making a YouTube video, and like that's what I'm going to be doing on my off days, and like I don't have to study. So it's so nice. It's an amazing feeling. Like I can prioritize other things that I'm passionate about, like putting passion into my videos and my Instagram and, you know, like other areas of life. Like it's awesome. What is your advice for high school students aspiring to be nurses? Start now. Please just start now. Talk to your guidance counselor, take college classes, get ahead. I went to college with people, nursing school, with girls who had already, like they graduated in 3 years instead of 4.5 like I did. Like my program was 2.5, so I graduated in 4.5 years, but like a lot of girls had done their college classes like in high school, so they were able to start nursing school sooner. So that's my recommendation, is start now, do early admit programs if you can, focus on all of your classes, do amazing in them, get a good base of knowledge, like try in your classes, because it's going to pay off later when you're learning more advanced things to go back to your knowledge previously. Like if I could go back in high school and do better in different things like statistics and chem, like I would. So do it. Just try hard now. I promise you it pays off in the end. What have you been watching on Netflix? Friends from college. And I'm really upset because you all told me today that they are not coming back for a 3rd season, and Sam and I have 4 episodes left, so I'm pretty sad about that, but it's so good. It's the raunchiest humor I've ever watched, and I fucking love it because that's my humor, is raunchy, and it's so good. It's hilarious. In nursing school clinical practice, did you ever experience bullying? If so, how did you overcome this? I've had bullying that has made me almost quit. If so, how did you overcome this? I've had bullying that has made me almost quit. That was on there twice, damn. I wouldn't say that it was like full-blown bullying, but like definitely nurses eating their young has happened to me, and still to this day happens to me, and it's just an aspect of life that we have to deal with. All I can say is push forward, ignore it. I mean, that's all you can do. You put a smile on your face and kill them with kindness, because one day you will be that nurse who's experienced, and I don't know if those nurses just like hate their lives or hate their jobs or need to switch positions, maybe go to a different unit. Like that's the kind of thing that typically happens, is they get so burned out from what they're doing that they just like want to hate on people who, you know, are just starting out and don't know everything, and that's when it's just like, you know, they're unhappy with their own lives if they're going to be bullying young people, because nurses I know that love their job and want to, you know, inspire new nurses coming up, like they're going to encourage you and motivate you. Like that's how I am. Is I even had students talking to me when I was orienting the other day, like asking me questions, and they were questions I knew, and it's like I wanted to help them, I wanted to answer them. Like that's how it should be. And if it's not like that, ignore those people. They probably are either having a bad day or maybe going through something, so don't like blame them, but just literally kill them with kindness. Like it's okay, just push past it, be better, be the bigger person, and move forward. Was there a specific backpack bag that you absolutely loved for nursing school and clinical? I will go downstairs and show you guys the bag here in a second that I'm actually using, that I used in the beginning of nursing school and that I actually use now for work. I really, really like that. It was from Etsy. And then I also, for my backpack, I used a Vera Bradley bag. I got it on Amazon. It just was, I mean, it wasn't like specific or anything. It's just, I liked it. It was cute, so.